Hello everyone, Charlene Hess here with Living Whole Beauty, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how to clean up a man's haircut using clippers and guards. The last video that I did showed just how to clean up around the edges, but I've had a lot of people reach out to me and ask, what if I want to go a little bit more to clean it up a little bit more for their partners that are used to having clippered haircuts? So today I'm just going to go through a brief tutorial of how to use your guards on your clippers. If you don't have proper salon clippers, you can certainly use beard trimmers that have guards. That will work as well. I've actually had a client say that they use their dog grooming shears cleaned up, sharpened. If they're sharp enough, that will even work. So let's start here. You can see where it's grown out. It's probably been about 6 weeks since the hair has been cut here. So we're just going to go through it and we're going to clean up around the edges. What I would recommend is don't go ahead and do like your partner maybe say like, hey, I normally have a number 1. I'm going to go in and use a number 1 or a number 2 or number 3. Don't start with that. What you want to do is you want to start probably 1 to 2 longer sections than what was original. So if normally Vince here has a number 2, I'm going to start with a number 3 because that's going to be a little bit safer. So as I come in and I clipper, you're going to start with the flat edge of the clipper right along the skin. You're going to come all the way up and then you're going to scoop out. So you'll come up and then you're going to scoop out. You're not going to go all the way up the top of the head. One thing that you can do to make sure that you don't do that is to have a comb that you hold the comb in that position so then you can just go up to where the comb is. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that on each side. Got my comb to where the round of the head is. I'm going to put my comb there to be my guard to stop me from going too high. So go ahead making the clippers flat, come all the way up to where your comb is. Making sure that the comb is staying below the round of the head. And then coming up and to that. So starting off, leaving that line, you can then figure out where that round of the head is again, where it starts to lift off. That's the line. You're just going to go up to that area, laying the comb flat, and that's your guide of where you're going to go to. Again, make sure that you're using a longer guard than what you normally use. So then as we come over to the back, following the round of the head here, so again, use your guard comb, come up and scoop out, come up and scoop out. So you're making the scooping motion as you're going through and cleaning up. If you go through and you use too small of a guard, you can't go back in and clean up if you make a goof. So if you start by doing it a little bit longer, then you're going to be able to go back in and clean it up a little bit later to then go ahead and do the guard. Next, you're going to take your next level guard, one more up. So if that was a 3, I'm now taking a 4. I'm going to go up about 2 inches higher and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm picking up that bottom section that I did, using my comb as a guard. And as I come to the side, same as I'm coming here, I don't want to follow around the head here. I want to make sure that I stop before the round of the head. So before I stopped here, now I'm going to come up about 2 inches. That's my new guide. And I'm going to clean that up there. So as you go through, using your comb as a guard, scoop up and pull out, scoop up and pull out. So finding it about 2-inch sections. So about 2 inches here, next guard, 2 inches here. Then when you get to the top, I'm not going to have you go through and do a whole haircut on the top, because if you go around the curve of the head, you're going to make it super flat. So if you come around to the front here, then what do you do with the front is I would recommend having scissors. If you don't have scissors, you can use like sewing scissors, you can use, but you want really sharp scissors. Don't use school supply scissors because it'll just gnaw on the hair. So then you'll go through, you're gonna pick the hair up and just cut straight across. Don't curve around the head. You want to leave these corners to prevent from going in too tight, and then the hairdresser, when you go back to your hairdresser, them needing to try and repair all of that. So again, just to recap, clipper from the underneath, you can then go back in with a much shorter one, so like a number 1 here. And then go ahead and same thing, you're just gonna scoop up just around the ears just to make it look nice and clean. That's a good way to be able to do a little bit of a cleanup, make it look nice, do nice and tight without completely making a mess that they're gonna have to go back in and have repaired, or that you're in a panic. If you do get into a bind and you're like, what have I done? I've gone too tight. Call me, message me, and I can walk you through how to go ahead and clean that up. So hopefully that's helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this olive up, and I'll show you the end result of how to kind of go through and do that. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You can check out charlenehess.com, my virtual salon options, and I'd be happy to walk you through over video chat of how to take care of a clipper man's haircut. Thanks so much and have a great day.